So in this video we want to set up Apache web server with a new home page, test it out and access it from our Ubuntu desktop client. Okay, so first of all, where are the Apache files? First of all, we have, well, in fact, we're logged in here as web admin, so we should really be doing sudo for most of our commands. But just a quick note, if you do sudo su, rather than running the command as for one execution, we can actually run it, you can see here now, in as the root. Not something I recommend, because basically you are running your commands all the time as root, which gives anybody else access to run those commands. So it's not something that you should really be doing. But for save time, and rather than have to type in sudo for everything, we'll stick with what we have. So if we go to cd /var /www/html and do an ls on that, we can see we've got an index.html page. That index.html page is basically the default page for Apache web server, and we can check that by going nano, and we can see that it comes down here, and under the title it says Apache 2 Ubuntu default page. It works. So if we exit out of that and we skip over very quickly to our desktop, basically we log in, we open the default home page, we should see that exact same message on the home page for Apache. And when Safari opens, or not Safari, Firefox opens up and we go 172.16.1.1, we should see that we're getting Apache 2 Ubuntu default page. It works. So that's the page that we are accessing, index.html page. The other area that we need to look at is the location of the configuration file. And this is in our etc /Apache. Oops, click, cd space /etc /Apache /sites available. And when we go to the sites available and do an ls, we will see that we have a sites available ls. Oh, sorry, I hadn't finished my command. Sites available, and now we do ls, and you can see there's a 000 default.html in there. So that's the file, that's the configuration file that we're going to look at. So if we nano 000-default.html, all we need to look at here is halfway down we'll see document root, where it says var www.html. In other words, that's the line that's telling it where to find the new page. So if we create a new index.html file in a different directory, then we need to change the document root. If we create it in the same directory, then basically we don't need to change anything in here at the moment. Okay, so we're going to make it very simple and create a new index.html in this default location, var www.html. So I'm going to exit out of that, and I'm going to go cd space var html, and when I ls again, I can see index.html. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to copy that, cp for copy, and we're going to copy index.html to old index.html, just in case we need it again. We do an ls, and we see we've got the file there with a new name and an old name. Okay, now we're going to modify that file. But if we go into it as it is, basically we've got all this to change. So rather than doing that, we are going to remove rm for remove index.html, and when we ls, we only have the copy, which of course is why we made the copy in the first place. Now we're going to create a new one. So nano, the name of the file that we want to create, in this case index.html, and that is the wrong name, so I'm going to exit out that, html. So we're going to create a new index.html file, and in here we're going to type in some very basic HTML code, and we'll go h1 Just welcome to my new home page, and we will close off our H1 with our tags, and we'll close off our HTML with our tags. So, welcome to my new home page, HTML, and we're going to exit out of that. Control X, save the changes, write the file, or write the change to index.html, and we should have that there at this stage. If we check that, it is there. Remember that our site's available, the default is pointing to this location, so we don't really have a lot to change there. So if we open up the top and we refresh this page, welcome to my new home page. And that is how simple it is to set up a new page in Apache Web Server.